I'm excited to hear Steve Wozniak.
I'm looking forward to seeing Jordan.
Greg Secker for me was the one, and then JT Fox as well.
I came to see Steve Wozniak.
Colin Brown.
Francois Pienaar is going to be very interesting.
Wozniak.
Came to see Jordan and Craig.
Martini.
I came to see all of them because they all have something unique to contribute.
We've brought together people here that are real masters in their own universe, if that makes sense. So you've got people here who are real health gurus, other people, local talent who have just incredible success stories. People have had planets named after them we've listened to today, as well as some very spiritual and very, very wealthy and all the different modicums of success, I suppose, that you would consider success on success's terms. Well, it's really what's success to you.
I love the South African audience. I come here 4 times a year. I love presenting here. And this morning is just an absolutely fabulous group of people. So I can't say anything except thank you for South Africa, and thank you for the people. And if any of you happen to be listening, thank you for being there with me today. And I look forward to being in front of you again and being to meet you again. And so yes, I love South Africa.
The energy in Joburg is just great, it's phenomenal, and they're looking to move forward, and they want to become really, really successful, which is, it's great to work with.
The South African people are incredibly hungry and very innovative, but also very forthright in their opinions as well. And that's what you need to be successful. A lot of people don't succeed in life because they're worried about what other people think, and they try to shrink down to fit in, if you like. And I don't think that's the South African attitude. I think the attitude here is one of, speaking your mind, wearing your heart on your sleeve. I think that's the right thing to do to be successful.
Take risks. Because without taking risks, I don't think success would be, well, if you achieve it, it wouldn't be so dramatic. So take risks. I wish I took more risks when I was younger. I was way too conservative.
I love coming to South Africa. Predominant reason is because people here are ready. They're ready for success. They have an entire history of being suppressed at some level, or being told that they can't, or mistrusting certain types of political regimes. And finally, they come into the 21st century with the mandate of you can be who you want to be. And most people say, okay, I get that, just teach me how. So being able to bring and blend strategy with motivation and purpose is a winning combination. So the audience here are ready for it, and I love being able to disseminate information to people like that because something's going to happen with it.
There is so much thirst for learning in this country. It's amazing. It's amazing, and especially the younger people. They are just lapping up information about this. I think people understand that there's an opportunity in South Africa to start businesses in a way that it's not always understood overseas. They're a bit more complacent. Here they recognize the opportunity and the need, by the way, because we have major unemployment. So you give anybody skills to do this, any of this kind of information, you can see there were 5,000 people out there yesterday.
I teach something called the straight line system, which you know very well, and really what the straight line system is, it's what everybody who succeeds at selling is actually doing, but it takes an unconscious strategy and makes it conscious, meaning it slows down what all salesmen do. So it allows someone who is not a natural salesman, because most people aren't comfortable influencing and persuading. They get nervous, and they fear it, they avoid it at all costs, and it affects them, it stops them from achieving success. So what I've learned in my own life, and how I originally made all my money as a kid when I was in my 20s, and you probably saw in the movie, is I invented a system that took average people who were not closers and turned them into world-class closers. The mistake I made was I didn't ground the entire business in ethics and integrity. And that's when I go on stage now, whether it's one-on-one or one on 10,000, I'm constantly preaching that, in the absence of ethics and integrity, any success you achieve is not going to be lasting success, and really, it's not success at all.
When we started Apple, I was so skilled as the only engineer who had designed an entire product, all the hardware, all the software, and did it myself, and I would be the fundamental engineer for the next few years. That's all I wanted to be in life. Shut the door, I'm going to do my engineering, I'm not going to try to run a company. But somebody has to run the company. So Steve Jobs said, where is my role in being important? He wanted to be the most important person, the one that everyone saw. And first of all, he was well mentored and coached into marketing techniques and marketing terminology and how to think like a marketeer, because he wasn't a technician. He was not an engineer. He was not technical in that sense. but he had a good sensibilities of understanding people. And he listened, and he learned the guides that we were taught by the guy who really set up our company and ran it, our investor, our coach, our mentor, Mike Markula, who actually directed us as to what kind of people you hire, how you run a company, the importance of marketing, how your company presents products, and how it looks to the buyers of the world. And Steve started espousing those views. It turns out that Steve, because of his desire to be at the top of things, was always a spokesperson for the press, and stage by stage by stage, over years, he got better and better and better at it, to where we all loved the way he spoke. Rang true and meant so much to us.
I think it's time for more South Africans to realize how great they are and just do stuff. Fail quickly, but keep moving.